All right. As I realize my wife's watching TV, so I'm gonna turn and close the door. 2 seconds. There we go. Need to. Why is that not showing? There it is. Okay. Beneath Stolen Lands. Yeah, I say see what time to see what the combat's like, but we have to create 4 characters this morning, Fudgeinator. I'm expecting that process to get faster than yesterday. But yesterday it was 4 hours, 1 character. So either I'm going to stream 17 hours to get an hour of combat today, or we're going to have to do this character creation just slightly faster. Anyways, good morning. Hello, Blade Tycon. Hello, Fudgeinator. Hello, Dr. Nobody. Hey, Dehydrogenasa. How's it going? Doing okay. Started a little bit late, but got coffee and water in front of me. Feeling good. Looking forward to this play experience today. So pretty good as it goes. Played Solasta and I like the combat in Solasta was good. I'm hoping this game is similar. I've actually heard the combat in this game is better. Solasta took a big hit in my
never win.
In my evaluation, honestly, because I think the only thing Solasta does particularly well is the combat. So I got a little concerned when I saw them adding new cities and a bunch more fucking like stupid ass quests and that kind of shit. I'm a bit concerned about Solasta right now. But yes, the combat in that game is very good. Thank you, Reedsil, for the 5 months. Hope this stream does well for me. Me too, man. Morning, Nobu. Hello, QB. How did we get with character building yesterday? We only had to build 1 character yesterday. Today we have to build 4 characters. But today it's a lot less on the. I think today I put my goals up in the top left right now, which is I want to build. We have to build a party. We're gonna go dungeon diving. Apparently, I purchased and downloaded the dungeon diving DLC for this. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but essentially it gives us a dungeon mode that's not a campaign mode, so we can go check out character comps in the dungeon mode, and then if we're happy with something, we can go play the campaign if we really want to. But this will give us some sense of how fun is the combat to play it over time. Yeah, it is a kind of cool DLC idea. So we have to make some characters together this morning, chat. So I'm kind of hoping for some ideas from chat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring too. This was one of these games that on release I wasn't very excited about, Dehydrogenasa, but heard a lot of good things about it since, and kind of hoping we can figure out something with it. All right, what do we want to build first? Yeah, Ingmar, me too. FYL, yeah, our monk was fine yesterday. I gave it a lot of shit because it kept getting hit, but we kept getting hit on 26s, and then our guy was 16 AC, wasn't getting hit. That's just RNG, man. Dwarven Cleric? Hey, Jerry. Could do. I don't know. My thought was this a little bit, which is, although I do wish to build a functioning team comp, I also kind of wanted to look at these classes that don't exist in 5e. It seems like it might be fun to figure out what the fuck a alchemist is, a inquisitor, a magus, slayer. These are classes that don't exist 5e. So I don't know. Yes, anyways, I want to see this combat today, so I don't want to take forever on this. I expect it would take a couple hours, but so what? It takes a couple hours. Character creation is one of the most fun mechanical parts of D&D in my opinion. So Who was it yesterday? I think it was Niablis was pushing me into a vivisectionist alchemist. Now, I've never played an alchemist. I don't know what a fucking vivisectionist is in this context. Studies bodies in order to understand their function, but is a grenadier, like, studies them by throwing grenades at them? Need to generate bodies so I can study them. I have grenades. You know, I'm not quite sure how that hangs together, but sure. Isn't that pretty much a rogue? He was implying it was a tank. But yeah, it does get sneak attack. Yeah, like some people yesterday kept asking me like, what's the gameplay like? Like, the answer kind of has to be, who cares? Maybe we could try it. I mean, to see what it's like. Now, what were the differences between the sub specs here? The alchemist got bomb. I hate the idea of bombs, by the way. It feels like consumable bombs seems so boring. You believe they're not consumables? Yeah, although they're limited the number you can throw per long rest or something. Yeah, so that, I mean, that is part of the complication, right? The fun part of the Pathfinder system seems to be how in-depth it can be for characters. The problem is when we're doing first round character creation without a lot of gameplay experience, we don't have a good sense of what that looks like. So I don't think I'm multi-classing these four, because I don't think multi-classes right now have any theoretical background for us right now, right? Like I'm not like, man, I really like the Grenadier, but about level 5 he really seems to stop scaling, and I really wish I'd like to be able to get the Rogue Uncanny Dodge ability in here. It would really just synergize nicely with his third bomb movement and his second class cantrip, you know? Because I have no fucking idea what these do, so I might have to play them a little bit, that's what I'm saying. But I could just be like, sure, let's build a vivisectionist alchemist. Where at that? Vivisectionist is peppered in most builds, huh? Yeah, exactly. Single class will do fine for starting, for sure. So we could just figure out what we want to make for those. Is this a sneak attack, dude? I did want to look at either the Druid or a summoning class for this, since if that's a major mechanic of this game, we should check it out. I tend to fucking hate Druids, and I tend to dislike summoning classes, but we're going to be playing a dungeon mode. I'm certainly willing to check it out there. So, yeah, I guess what we need to do is we need to pick one and start working on it. So, where do we want to go first? So rough guidelines, we've got to fill our normal party roles. I would like to try some classes that I don't normally play or haven't played that don't exist in other versions of the game. I want to do some pure classes as opposed to splashes for this or splashes for that. I wouldn't mind checking out a summoner. I would like to see some of the magic system. The rough guidelines. Alright, let's try a barbarian tank. The armored Hulk seems super fucking cool from the get-go. I also wouldn't mind seeing, I don't know, if it's a dungeon, maybe we'll actually have some like zone of control stuff that could be interesting. I've always loved the idea of like the tunnel fighter, which is the kind of reach oriented multi attack of opportunity fighter. Always seems super cool. I couldn't see that, Frode. I was also looking at that too, because the only Druid that ever seemed to even remotely fun to me when I looked at D&D builds was the Moon Druid, who has all the maybe it's not the Moon Druid, which I can't remember exactly what it's called. The one that does all the advanced shapeshifting seemed like a little bit fun. Morning, Athom. Yeah. So like I wouldn't mind something like that, like a shapeshifter or a summoner, I guess, if it's gonna be like that. I hate the fucking nature theme, but alright, so what are we doing is what I'm asking, chat. I need some, no one has thrown out a suggestion. Like, it's crazy to me. I know there's barely 100 of you and it's the morning and maybe some of you haven't had your coffee and but weird. I always hated that limitation. Your spells are great, but they only work in 15% of your fucking environment. This is like the DM we were talking about yesterday, like with a favorite enemy. Oh, you're playing a ranger who loves forests and a druid who can only cast magic at night in the outside. Yeah, this campaign is in the basements of a sewer of a city. There's no trees, and your animal can't breathe here because the air is too polluted. Good luck, enjoy your classes. So. I guess we could look for I have a session 0. Yeah. Or get fucking pigeonholed into playing what the DM wants. Fuck that. Right, my new favorite terrain is turd forests. What are you gonna do about that? Take a bite out of that. Inquisitor tank. Can they tank? I don't know. What is an Inquisitor? Monster Tactician Inquisitor. Summoner class, right? Use Sacred Huntmaster. Wait, they're not all summoners? Or rather, they're all summoners? So what's the difference between these two? Strong bond with an animal companion. Yes, beloved dog. Go tank that sword for me. One. Yeah, it's a nice way to do that, Professor Pandemonium. Coffee's good this morning. Animal companion is not a summon. So I think maybe judging from chat's comments here, maybe the bulk of you are like me right now, where you just don't know the system. Look, this spell summons an extraplanar dog. It appears where you designate it and acts according to its initiative check results. It attacks your opponents to the best of its sad abilities. Alright, let's try the Monster Tactician. One is a spell, one is a class feature. B. Alright, I want to check out summoning. So let's check out this class. This seems like a double whammy for me. It's a summoner and it's an inquisitor, neither of which I have played. So let's build a Monster Tactician Inquisitor, chat. I don't even know what the spellcasting stat of a inquisitor is. What do they spellcast? Wisdom. Okay. What other stat do we want for them? Are these I don't know what this class is. I mean, I could read its description, but every time I've read a description, I've been angry about the people who write descriptions. Inquisitors tend to move from place to place, chasing down enemies and researching emerging threats. Okay, so far no information. As a result, they often travel with others. Unlike the D&D people who play by themselves. If for no other reason than to mask their presence, Inquisitors work with members of their faith whenever possible, but even allies are not above suspicion. So I've learned nothing about this. Is this a strength-based? Hit things? It implies that they are researching, which implies intellect, but if their spellcasting is wisdom, then they're almost certainly not intellect. What did I just learn from this? I learned fucking nothing. I just read a description that's fluff. Armor proficiency is a good place to start. Simple weapons, longbow, shortbow, favored weapon of the deity, light armor, medium armor, shields. Well, that's very cleric-like, isn't it? They have a deity, wear the same armor as clerics, cast spells like clerics, and are religious thief. It's the combination of a fighter and a spellcaster with religious overtones. Okay. Sure. Alright, so we want this wisdom base. They're also skill monkeys. Hey, who you calling a skill monkey? Someone told me that. Okay, well, where do I see their fucking wisdom base? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! They just do something undoable. How many uns do I need there? 3? Cancel them out, so they're gonna be even numbers. 2, I guess. 4. I mean, it seems like I just build them whatever their spellcasting feature is. I'm not sure what it is. Some constitution and then some fucking strength. Morning, Zach. Say under spellcasting? Where? Got deity selection. Guy has a stern gaze, which is important. Fuck ton of skills. Man, does that just seem like a really sad description to you? You summon a dog. It fights to the best of its ability before it dies horrifically to an orc sword, and you feel pity and remorse. Then you summon another dog. Rinse and repeat. Strength, dex, and wisdom. How did yesterday go? I picked up a DLC for dungeon crawling. We're gonna go have a look what the combat's like at a more intense pace. Oh, no remorse with the Inquisitor? Okay. I don't know, man. I think it's telling that they start with a dog and then they move on to a giant spider. Oh wait, this is still a dog. I thought it was a spider. Like, he summoned his first couple dogs and got upset, and then it was like, fuck. Let's summon spiders. I don't like spiders much. Alright. So, what are we putting race-wise? We need... I don't know why we need dex on this character. Like, why is dex something in here? I mean, I guess if I made them, like... If I'm using... Fuck. Are longbows dex-based in this game? Or are they like the other weapons, which do hits and damage on strength? Why dex, 1 heart, 1 mind? Want to be in melee. Bows are dex to hit, strength for damage. Alright. Dex is my AC stat. Sure. But I think this is going to be a medium armor build. When I look at that, I look at, what is this? Use a race. We'll come back to the race. I'm not doing human. Human seems like advanced building because it feels like human you need to have some feats in mind. Anything good for summoning? This -10 move was fucking slow. Yeah, a little bit of dex makes sense. If we're just trying to get the... Is it still +2 the max bonus you get off medium armor in Pathfinder? The problem is I have a whole system of D&D in my head already. And it says things like, well, if you're medium armor, then you want to get +2 dex bonus because you're trying to max out the AC you get off medium armor. Now, I don't even know if medium armor works that way in this game. Like, I don't have that knowledge here. So how does medium armor here work? How often do you think defensive training giants comes in? Depends on the armor. This thing a halfling? Armors have different max, and that's not based on heavy, medium, light. It's just based on the type of subclass of armor you get. All right, chat. What race do I want for a medium armor, melee, somewhat melee, summoner, inquisitor. I want to reach weapon. Why do you guys think I want to reach weapon? Because I'm trying to. Why? Because you're not the first person to say that. A couple other people have said they build them with pole arms. I think One Heart One Mind was saying the same thing. It's very granular. Okay. Matters to you the sweet armor drops are heavy. Adorable in the hat. I believe the Inquisitor hat is primary class mechanic. Okay, so I want reach. I don't know any dex-based reach weapons, so I assume all the reach weapons are strength-based. Probably for hit and damage. Okay. So I don't know why the fuck I want dex. A little bit of dex is not going to make him tanky. A little bit of dex is not going to do anything for his damage. It's not related to his spell casting. What am I getting from dex again? The illusion of armor. Well, dwarves have beards. One doesn't. But tough to say. I mean, well, you decided you want armor, so you don't need dex. Would you have normally worn them without armor? The initiative, reflex save, some feat. You're like a tooltip. You're like, it gives some knowledge in lore checks. It helps you with trickery. Sure, I understand that this stat is tied to other outcomes. My point was those outcomes don't seem particularly relevant to the class. Okay. What does dwarf do again for me? I like this ability in theory. So how does armor modify movement in this game? If I'm like not a dwarf, let's say I'm another small race that's super slow and has like 20 foot of fucking movement, and I put heavy armor on, do I go even slower? Alright. In an additional skill rank. Wait, half-orcs are skilled? Weird. Persuasion checks when intimidating. Great actions. What's a Falchion? Falchion? These abilities seem like absolute dog shit. What do you think? Half-orc? What do half-orcs give? What do they give me? 2 to any ability score? Reach weapon. Is it greatsword a reach weapon in this game? I like a half-orc inquisitor. Sounds great. Spell game's not reach. Alright, chat. How does small interact with weapon damage? Is it like a thing that I care about? So maybe I don't want to be a small race here. Doesn't feel like elf feels like incredible casters. Human feels like I need to know the feats. Half elf feels like I don't know. Gonna take a while. Oh my goodness, yes. I don't want to be small. Why? Azamar might have a good sub race. It's true. Where do I select sub races on the Azamar? There are Heritage, domain selection, deity selection. That's what I was looking for. Apparently it's... Wait, wasn't it called heritage 1 second ago? It is, okay. So we want strength, wisdom. I still haven't seen it where it tells me that I'm a wisdom spellcaster. Can anyone point that out for me? Dex wisdom. Dex charisma. Also, how does armor interact with spellcasting here? It's on the abilities page. On wisdom. On charisma. Intelligence charisma. Strength charisma. And charisma. It doesn't seem like we wish to be Aasimar. The abilities on half orc were more exciting. Half elf? Their feat seems great. It's better than an extra skill check. Oh, armor proficiencies are class based though, right? Okay. That seems useful. That seems useful. This seems useful. Orcs will give me a weapon proficiency. Don't I start... Well, presumably starting with a feat is as good as a weapon proficiency, right? If I can get a weapon proficiency out of a feat. I assume. Alright, so we go half elf here. Ability scores. Very wise. Yep. They recommend being wise. I think which would be very helpful advice. Dad sits you down, your mom sits you down, they're like, be wise in your life. You're like, very helpful. Alright, what do we need for this? Con? You guys think I want Dex? I'm not convinced I want Dex. Not taking it. 16 wisdom is enough. My spells have saves. That's more reasonable then. Okay. I don't know what any of my spells do. It's part of the learning process. We have 8 AC here. That's strong. Are we just going to hit things really hard? Undo again in this game? Doesn't do anything, right? Max HP. At least 12 dex, I guess, is reasonable for medium armor. If it works like the other one. I'm fine with 12 dex. I don't really care. Or con, so I don't get one shot. Reasonable too. Can't go above 13 with these. I don't have to have 18 strength. This could be 16 strength. Although presumably this is where all my damage comes from. Outside of the summons. Int is nice. I don't know about int. Advice from a long-time Pathfinder playing, but well, this is literally a summoning Inquisitor, man. I don't know if your advice is supposed to be like helping direct me, but that's the first character we're building right now. Get that ratio +2 if I'm half orc. Well, this is half elf, not half orc. What ratio +2? 14 dex, 14 con over 16 con. I'm not sure dex does anything for me. So I'm not super keen on upping it more. Now what I could maybe be talked into is, since I don't understand the off stats very much. I've heard charisma is a pure dump. I'm trying to use my points efficiently. Team armor's +3 from dex. Ah, see, that's that information. Wait, we're only at a +1 right now? We can get up to 16 decks and still get value out of it? Yeah, I did forget 14 was +2. Okay.
Quitters never win.
Ninja bus. What's up? Decks at 10 and go heavy armor. I'm not sure if this class gets heavy armor. They didn't have proficiency with it. That wasn't Twitch, that was me. Where the fuck it went? Alright, there's probably a half feat somewhere here that's useful that I just don't know about. Maybe we just leave it here. We're always gonna have this one floating fucking ability point. It feels really bad. Oh right, I get an ability point at level 4, which is feat independent. I forget about that. All right, let's assume I want 16 decks at some point. Let's assume. I'm not sure I actually do, but I don't understand the class yet, so that's fine. We have to make mistakes to learn. Like, that's just part of it, and it's okay to lose. Like, I'm always okay with losing. Just doesn't. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal to fail sometimes, chat. What class? Indeed. All right, what do we want to be? Mobile or tricky? Or athletic? Am I playing the multi-class? No, this first round, we're gonna... All right. The plan today, for a quick recap. Maybe I need this as a command somewhere. The plan for today is build a party of classes that I'm not familiar with, because I don't know this game system very well. Bring them into some dungeons in the dungeon mode to get a sense of how fun the combat is in this game, so we can make a decision about whether or not we want to play a full campaign run, while also getting some information about the game system, the leveling system, the kind of like the flaws or the holes in the characters as we're playing them that we don't see till we play them. So we're not multi-classing. I don't know what a fucking Inquisitor is, but we're gonna find out. Make decisions, make decisions, make decisions. Yeah, it's called iteration. Perception. We've got 3 of these little fuckers though. It's a mix between a cleric and a fighter. Yeah, but all of the classes are a mix between a melee and a caster. Ready? I mean, like, just every single class is that description. It doesn't really tell me anything yet. Alright. We're gonna be wearing medium armor. I don't know what the fuck trickery is. Disarm traps or devices sounds relevant. Let's pretend we want to disarm. And maybe we wish to use magical... Do we want to use magical devices? I don't think I want magical devices. Fuck magic devices. Do we wish to know about religion? We're an Inquisitor, and we want to be able to guilt people all the time. So probably we need a bit of religious knowledge. Racial bonus. Oh shit, it goes on top of this? What? And we're done already. Do we want 2 more strength, chat? Yes, 4-leaf, I do need build tips. Absolutely. All of you are welcome to give me build tips here. With the considerations of what... I guess I need to update the D&D goals. All right, I guess let me update this so you guys know where I want this from. All right, goals. Classes that aren't in 5e. Check out combat. E leveling. E holes. bit weird out of context. Iterate. All right. What's the first character? This is the first character. Second day of character creation. Like, I don't know what you're expecting. You're lucky. Get 2 full days of character creation on this channel. Love it. All right. We want 18 strength. I feel like this is supposed to be a strength-based damage dealer. Fine. Go there. All right. What do we want for abilities? Acquire an ability. Okay, let's do the skill. Receive skill focus as a bonus feat. What? Not what it said on the fucking creation screen. Get +3 bonus on all checks involving perception. So this is, they get 1 level of expertise. But I swear to God.
You have returned.
Thank you, Nobu, for the gifted sub. Alright. What are we doing with our... Why do we get a feat here? Because every character gets a feat of 1. Okay. What do we want to do with our feat? Where is it? Do I have to have something special to use a reach weapon? I like the idea of this guy as a reach weapon. Summoner with a reach weapon to bash things. Superior summoning? Oh, best in slot. I didn't know there was a superior summoning. What does that do? How come it's not listed on here? I want to wear medium armor. Need augmented summoning. You get superior summoning. Presumably requires altered summoning. Presumably requires advanced summoning knowledge. Definitely. Down that tree, I imagine. Augmented summoning requires spell focus. Okay. And spell focus requires that you know the presidents of the United States in reverse chronological order. Middle name only. What was it? Spell focus? Fuck, I've forgotten what it's called already. RIP? Maybe I'm available to... Okay, so augmented summoning. Let's find out what it requires again. Spell focus conjuration. That one we can get. We can get spell focus. 2 spell focuses. Skill focus. Use a school of magic. Alright. We want conjuration. And +1 to difficulty class for all saving throws against spells from the school of magic you select. I was told that this character has no DCs. In other words, it doesn't cast spells on people that require DC rolls. This doesn't do anything except unlock a prereq. Is that correct? Okay. Alright. That's fine. We'll have some targeted spells. That says, yep, correct, pretty much, no. Hey, that's the full range of answers. Alright. Okay, choose spells immediately. I mean, if we wanted to cast Bane. I gotta read through what these do. I thought this was a cantrip strike. What deity? Did I already choose a deity? Now, I feel like there's a pretty good reason to pick human because I got lied to by the fucking character race description. At creation, I read this. It does say skill focus as a bonus feat, but I didn't know that skill focus was a thing. So do we want to change the race real quick just to human and grab double feet? Yoink. Okay. But I do feel like I got a little scammed here. Wait, how come I get a racial bonus? Do humans get racial bonus +2? Yeah. How am I now Azamar? What is happening? No, I'm human, dude. +2 bonus to an ability of their choice. Okay, I do get +2 then. We can keep the stats the same then. Good. We're strong, human. We rarely bring our bow. Okay. But I only have 2 points here? No, I have 4 points instead of 3. I have to choose another one of these motherfucking skill point things. Alright, perception. Trickery. Okay, mobility and athletics. What am I actually looking at here? Move near opponents without provoking attacks. Keep your balance from restraints. Break your fall. Squeeze through tight spots. That seems better than athletics. Deity tab at the top of the screen? Maybe. Take mobility? Alright. I'll go to deity. Our deity is... Fucking hell. Alright. Favorite weapon, light crossbow, mace, rapier. Rapier again. Star knife. There's a weapon called the star knife. I imagine like a cookie cutter. Like in the shape of a star, but sharp. Domains, plant. The god of plants has chosen us. I don't know what the plant god's weapon is because it doesn't tell me. Great sword. Yes, we're a monster tactician. Trident. Trident sounds like it's a reach weapon. Dagger, longsword, unarmed strike, quarterstaff. Short sword. Imagine choosing your god by which weapon they like. Dagger, great axe, scimitar, glaive. Glaive's got to be long range. Wait. I'm not sure I know what a fucking glaive is. Orag, scythe. Glaive is so good. Well, we're looking for a reach weapon. The only 3 that I see are a scythe, a glaive, if I remember correctly what a glaive was, and then this one doesn't even have a weapon. You just love plants all the time. Presumably means I don't understand when plants became a major villain in the D&D universe. Orcs, goblins, kobolds. We have all the things from under the ground and plants, fucking plants, giant corn, and you know, the plants are taking over our homes and our children and our jobs and like what? When did fucking plants become a favored enemy? Trident was the other. I don't understand. Like that has never made sense to me as a villain in the D&D universe. Did you guys see what I posted in? There's a Druid skill. I posted it in Discord. Let me read it to you. Maybe I can find it in the character creation. It's fucking unreal. It says resist nature's lure. Starting at the 4th level, a druid gains +4 bonus on saving throws against the spell-like and supernatural abilities of Fae, that makes sense, and plants. What spell-like and supernatural abilities of plants are we encountering in this universe? Like, this just sounds like the delusional ranting of some, like, maniac. Yes, the corn is coming for me. No, it just grows. It's a plant. Magic plants. Yes. Slow and insidious creeping growth of the plant people. Uh-huh. Isn't there like a... Yeah, no. Isn't there like a whole like conspiracy theory about pod people, which are essentially people grown in plants who are actual plant? Like where is this coming from? Alright. What do we do with our domain selection? We may be air domain. Manipulate lightning, mist, and wind. Unleash an arc of electricity targeting a foe. Okay, but it seems really limited. The good domain? I want the wood domain. You are the plant's #1 hero. With the strength of hard wood, you go into battle. And I imagine they go into battle fully nude. You have this the strength of plants in you. It's a dominance thing, I assume. At 8th level, you can give the weapon you touch the holy special weapon quality for a number of rounds equal to 1/2 of your level in this class that gave you access to this domain. Thank you for the most concise explanation of how long that will last. You can use this ability once per day at the 8th level, an additional time per day for every 4 levels beyond the 8th. What does it do? Oh my god. Well, we do have Burst of Glory, which presumably goes with the hardwood background here. Synergies. Alright, chat. What do I want for a domain and why? Alright. Love the animal domain. Animal domain is red. Yeah, animal domain. Luck is good for all domains. What does it do? You're infused with luck and your mere presence gives a bit of luck. You can touch a willing creature as a standard action, giving a bit of luck. For the next round, anytime the target rolls a d20, she may roll twice and take the more favorable result. You can use ability the number of times you will do. Okay. We have what looks like guidance. Not quite guidance. It gives advantage. Pretty good. 6th level is a standard action. You can bless yourself with divine luck for the next half. The next half your level in that class. What? For the next half your level in the class that gave you access to this domain, rounds you roll. Okay, that's the next half your level in the class that gave you access to this domain, all hyphenated, rounds. You roll 2 times on every d20 roll and take the best result. Use this ability once per day at the 6th level, 1 additional time per day every 6 levels in the class that gave you access to. And what does that actually mean for... Okay, so that's not a round thing. Yes, it is a round thing. How is that different than the first ability? How are these first 2 abilities different? I must be insane here. The first one lets me touch a willing creature. You can touch yourself. Also synergetic with the hardwood background. And you get a bonus that lets you have advantage on everything, which seems great. First ability is a single roll. Ah, single round, you mean? I see. Okay, thanks. All right, we're gonna run this one so I don't have to make this decision anymore. Okay. All right, we get a feat. We have Conjuration. Wait. Oh, it's already here. So presumably unlocks Augmented Summoning. Neither. Causes Holy Nova. Alright. And spells. Didn't I get domain spells off that fucking thing too? Aid, protection from energy again. Communal, break enchantment, cats. These seem like really shit spells, chat. Are any of these good? They all seem really bad. Alright, it doesn't matter because I have to get any sense of these spells, I have to see them. Right? Like I have to fucking get some gaming in here. Character creation is ultra fun, don't get me wrong. But I don't understand why I can take this spell again if I have it from the domain. Are these like my active spells? Like the word I'm looking for? Known spell? It's not known, it's prepared spells. Calling upon the strength and wisdom of the deity, you gain +1 luck on attack and weapon damage rolls for every 3 caster levels you have. That seems fine. It's a personal 1 minute. Casting time is a full action though. I mean, I guess if we're really fucking slow. +1 morale bonus on attack rolls. This is just +1, right? What is the difference between a morale bonus and a luck bonus? It's just where it comes from? Okay, but it's the same thing, right? Field of Faith. Touch. AC. Stunning barrier. Closely surrounded by a barely visible magical field. This field has evil plants growing in it. You have a lawnmower and a scythe. Which do you choose? The field provides a +1 deflection bonus to AC and a +1 resistance bonus on saves. Any creature that strikes you within a melee attack is stunned for 1 round. How's True Strike? Standard action. Your next attack gets an insight bonus? What the fuck is an insight bonus on attacks? Does this just guarantee a hit? That is 5e? Really? That seems a lot better than 5e. In 5e, you just you spend an entire fucking turn getting advantage on your next attack, which is literally the equivalent of attacking twice with fucking a with a regular weapon, right? Seems a lot better than this. This almost guarantees a hit next round. But maybe it's not. Is this a level 1 spell? How do I tell what level of spell this is if it's a cantrip or something like that? Yeah, how do I tell what level of spell this is? They're all first level spells here. It doesn't tell me that on the spell. The number by the picture. That means it's a level 1? Okay, thanks. Alright, I'm looking at Bless because group buffs seem good. And there's it doesn't look like I have anything resembling concentration, so I could have Bless and Divine Favor for just extra hit and damage. Depends if we were going to be offensively casting here, which I wasn't really planning. I guess we could take like a Cure Light Wounds too. Kind of shit though. We have like this as a potion, right? Divine Favor is good. Well, isn't it just strictly worse than Bless in every way? Each ally gains +1 morale. No, this is attack rolls and saving throws. Divine Favor is attack and damage. Sure. Alright, I'm happy with those. That's fine. We just, again, I just want to get the game. Well, I don't just want to get the gameplay, but I wish to get the gameplay today.
This is my path.
We're brave. We were born on. Which month of the year is most opposed to plants? Wait, a winter month? How do I know which part of the year these random names correspond to? Maybe this is the month. Is this the 12th month? Rova is the 9th month. September is not generally a plant hating month. There is a lot of harvesting of killing of plants, perhaps. Okay. And I believe the most hated day by plants is day 9. Okay. So, the 9th day of September. Plant Reckoning Day. Alright. Alright, I need a name. No, the Harvester. Okay. And what alignment do we want? We can be chaotic. What is chaotic good? Good characters protect innocent life. Evil character. Okay, yes. Chaotic characters follow their conscience, resent being told what to do, favor new ideas, and keep their promises. That's not an Inquisitor. Alright. Wait, how do I tell which ones I can select? I can only take these 3. Oh, they're all good domains. So either lawful, neutral, or chaotic good. Lawful characters tell the truth, keep their word, respect authority, honor tradition, judge those who... I mean, this sounds like the fucking prick, doesn't it? Wait, what? Lawful, neutral good? What's neutral do versus neutral good or lawful good? Where's the neutral part of this? Doesn't talk about neutral here. Good characters protect, evil characters debase, lawful characters tell the truth, chaotic characters follow their conscience. Where's the neutral part of this? The direct middle. Alright. He hasn't had time to form an opinion about good and evil. He's been busy killing plants.
Forwards!
Alright. Class number 1 complete. Oh, why is it loading in? Don't I have to build the other classes? Wait, did I select the wrong start? No, this is beneath the stolen lands. Oh, I just hire 3 more mercenaries and then do it. Okay. Meet the honest guy. Hey, I'm plant hater, you're honest guy. We don't have names, we just have descriptions. Okay. All right, here we are. Happy Harvester, summoning his dogs, together attacking plants across land. Okay, that's where we go. Gain 1500. Okay, talk to the dragon. Imagine talking to a dragon. You're like, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I need companions. Can you summon more heroes, dragon? Alright, next character. The GM runs out of character modes. Not wrong. Alright, what's our second character, chat? So we have character number 1 complete. Number 1 is... where do you guys want me to put that? Go to the bottom, I guess. Inquisitor. Could have gone with Scythe. It certainly would have been more energetic, right? Okay. Paladin of Neutrality. All right, so what other classes? I guess I don't care what portrait we have. I assume. Yes. Confused Herald. Perfect portrait. Okay. What do we want them to do? All right, chat. I did just finish 1 character in only an hour. I feel like that is by far the best time we've ever made on this channel for character creation. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna celebrate by grabbing another cup of coffee, and then we'll get going. Hopefully the caffeine will ramp it up.
Well, I was on a long holiday, I guess.
Thank you, Zero Baja, for 14 months. Welcome back. And we'll get character number 2 of 4 in a moment. Back in a sec. Yeah, I want a sorcerer. Oh, I want all sorts of classes. Yesterday doesn't count. It counts. We just learned different things yesterday. Yesterday we learned about monks. Today we're learning about other classes. Back in a minute. All right, I've returned. I had a quick question for you. How true to the base game is this? Like, if I were ever to play like Pathfinder as a pen and paper RPG, could I build my character in this game first? Like, is it a nice way to get the information? All right. What are we doing next, chat? So I kind of want to do one of the Sorcerer bloodlines because I just want to see the magic systems. I don't know what the Magus is. Presumably he's a cross between a melee character and a caster, distinguishing himself cleanly from other such hybrids. We need an alchemist. Magus is the Eldritch Knight, and that differentiates from the Eldritch Knight in which way? Because there's an Eldritch Knight down here too. One-handed fighter who uses self buffs and add direct damage spells to his weapon. Alchemist frontline. All right, which alchemist? Let's build an alchemist, chat. Do we want to use the bomb mechanic, which seems really scammy to me? Do we want to use the rogue bomber, or do we want to use the mad surgeon? Yeah, okay. Fourleaf, you're not the only person who was super... Niablis was super excited about this yesterday, too. All right, walk me through a Vivisectionist build. He just is a touch spell specialist? Of course he is. That's it. Is that just the running joke? Do I want a melee alchemist or a ranged spell or bombs? I don't care. Just I don't care. Just let's build an alchemist and see. Strength con. They're strength based? How do I feel like that's got to be wrong? No, no multi-classing for it right now. We'll get there, but we're not there yet. Run weapons are strength based. Well, the Vivisectionist wants to sneak attack shit. Isn't sneak attack shit dex based? Doesn't actually say. Can I sneak attack with any weapon? Decently good Vivisectionist is a straight 20 level start with the weapon finesse and dex first and white int. Attack and Pathfinder anything within 30 foot. Wait, you get this per? So what we want then, we want to be dual wielding so we get multiple sneak attack hits per round. Why would we do this over a rogue, chat? I haven't done dual wielding in this game yet. We could do dual wielding. But what's the what's advantageous about this over a rogue? Vision, that's right. The buffs. Yes, buffs. Okay, sure. All right, what race do we wish to be? I guess dual wield is inherently melee. Can you dual wield light crossbows? You can dual wield crossbow. I think the Vivisectionist gives up bombs, if I remember correctly. Alchemist has bomb. Grenadier has bomb. Surgeon has bomb. Vivisectionist, no bomb. So I don't think we're bombing. We get mutagens, but not bombs. Which is fine. The bomb mechanics seem really stupid to me. Maybe it's super fun, I don't know. Alright, do we want to go ranged or melee for this, chat? We do need to build a melee dude. But it might not be this dude. Yeah, chat, I don't give a shit if bombs are the greatest thing since sliced bread. It doesn't make any difference to me. Again, remember our stated goals. We want to build some classes we haven't seen and check out the combat system in depth. we can perfect our builds if we get invested enough in the game to worry about it. Linking is easy with summon doggos. All right, I want to build. Let's build double crossbow. A double crossbow sneak attack rogue. Okay, how do we do that? What race do we want for that? That sounds like a feat thing. Feels like human again. Vivisection is melee. Why? I can't. Why can't I? Need a mod for hand crossbows. Okay, that's fine. Then I like the idea of the synergy between sneak attack and double attack. So we gotta make a melee. That's fine. What? Melee? I don't know if throwing axes is what they do or how they're based. That's fine. Make a melee. So if we want a melee, he probably needs some movement speed. And which class is most like? I mean, it feels like half orcs taking drugs is kind of scary as fuck. So we could do that. That's not very half orky, but we can fix that. Yeah, but I don't want to. I think Jeremiah, I'm interested in the dual. I want to see the dual wield mechanic with sneak attack, forcing multiple sneak attacks per round. That seems really strong to me. Best you'll get is 30. 30 what? You've been talking movement. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this doesn't seem like a very useful skill set for us, honestly. I keep looking at the half orc and being insanely disappointed with it every time I read through it. In dual wield javelins or darts? Okay. Not against trying it. I'm not multi-classing right now, chat. So although it may make a better overall build, we're just not doing it for this one. I need to learn more about the game before I think multi-classing helps me at all. Our weapons are strength base, sneak attack. You have to be within 30 feet. Sure. All right, let's just build a melee. It's just simpler. So all right, I'm assuming I'm just gonna. Do I just go human again because I'm gonna need 28,792 feats for dual wielding? Probably. All right. Dex, we decided, right? Wait. Where do I choose gender? Good girl. All right. We need Dex. Probably more Dex. What else do we need besides Dex, chat? Start with 20 Dex. Wow. A lot of Dex. So what's my spellcasting thing? Strength? Why strength? Why the fuck would we need strength in this character? Int. Okay. I mean, we must. There's no way. Wait, I'm out of ability points? Awkward. Why do I have so few? Because I haven't removed skill points yet. I assume we're not going to be strength damage based, right? Weapon finesse is only hit roll though, right? Oh, chat, I'm concerned. Why are we doing that? That ain't not good. Not good for us. All right. We need some con. Need anything else? Wisdom, charisma, or strength? Anything here? Okay. Why do I not have stealth? I get shitty bonuses to ones that I don't have proficiency in. Dude, I've got like 25 million points for this. What am I? The skill selection on this class sucks. Like 2 more? Knowledge, Arcana, MD, UMD. Magical device. Yeah. All right, what feats do we want? Weapon finesse, important to us. How do I get damage? Weapon finesse converts hit rolls to dex, right? Where do I do damage? Fencing slashing grace. That's what it's called. Weapon focus, one-handed piercing. What's the other one? Slashing grace. Does it matter which of these I take? They're just different damage specs, right? Slashing versus piercing. Yeah. Yeah, I understand, but I have no knowledge. Just which one should I use, John? I don't really care. But I have to take weapon focus for whichever one I do. How it interacts with dual wielding. I don't know where I'd find dual wielding. I don't know. I don't know where that comes in, chat. Sorry. Oh, 2 weapon. Oh, I have to get a feat for that. It doesn't say anything about slashing or So I need 2 weapon fighting eventually. Alright. And choose spells. Bomber's Eye. Or to dual it for... Okay. Take something else. What do you take instead then? Focus, whatever the fuck it is then. So get our prereqs done. So this was weapon focus, question mark. Called weapon focus apparently. What is it called? We're trying to get slashing something. Slashing Grace requires weapon focus, one-hand slashing. This is alphabetical. I might not be able to get weapon focus I get yet. I guess if I don't have a prereq. I don't have a fucking prereq. Base attack bonus 1. This is gonna happen as I level up. How do I tell if this happens as I level up? Under class somewhere? Features a base attack bonus representing overall combat skill. As a character gains levels or hit dice, his base attack bonus increases. When a creature's base attack reaches +6, you'll get an additional attack. And where do I learn if I get those? I get 3/4 progression. Where do I see that? Also over level 2 in class progression. I get +1 right there. Isn't this full progression if it goes 1, 2, 3? Why are you getting 3/4? So what does this mean then, chat? Does this mean I have to get to +6 before I can take that feat? Or I have to get to level 2 before I can take that feat? I have no fucking clue what's happening there. I'm just gonna take your words for it. Okay, I don't understand how that's a 3/4. If I go up +1 every level, you're saying I only see that because it's a rounding thing and I only see that at 4 where I've gone up 1, 2, 3. It's gone up 3 and that's fine. At 5 it's gone up 3 again. So here is where I lose it. I see. So it's the 4th level up, not at level 4. Okay. Alright. Alright, but what this I think means is maybe a thing to do with our character. Possibly. So I don't know what to do about this thing because we need a shit ton of. I mean, I understand this is why you guys are recommending the Rogue Splash. I got it. We're not doing that for round 1 because it's just too much of a pain. Complicated right now. We need to get some basic information before that. So judging from this way, we're gonna need weapon finesse. We can't get weapon focus until level 2, and then we can't get slashing focus or whatever the fuck it's called, slashing grace until weapon focus. I think that means we kind of have to start with the dual wield thing, right? Because we need to go convert our hit roll to dex, convert our damage roll to dex, get the rest of it. Yeah, no, I chat again. I understand that we can do this more. I don't want to keep answering this question, so I guess for now, just assume the rule right now is no multi-classing, okay? Just assume that rule for this today's session, right? All right. What spells do I want on this character? These all seem like scams so far. One seems okay. Enlarge person, really? Instant growth of a humanoid creature, doubling its height and multiplying its weight. The increase changes the creature's size category. This target gains +2 size bonus to strength, a -2 size penalty to dex, and a -1 penalty to attack rolls and AC. That sounds terrible. How is that good for me at all? Isn't that bad? Actively bad? Oh, reduce size. Did I read that wrong? Having its height, length, and width, dividing its weight by 8, this decreases +2 size bonus to dex. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Whoever told me enlarge was just wrong. Is this the alchemist thing? Is this the mutagens, or is this something different? Different. The spells, I want that one. I want reduce person. I want shield. I want Cure Light Wounds. I want True Strike. So no one ever. What is Fire Belly? Let's read it. Magical fire warms your belly. Old whiskey, granting your fire resistance 5 and making your gut hot to the touch. As a standard action, you can breathe a 15-foot comb of flame that deals 1d4 points of fire damage. Amazing. Sounds terrible. Okay. And can't throw bombs, so presumably both these are useless. That's useless. We already have this. We have that. Don't have this, but it seems really bad. That seems atrocious. We have that. This was fine. Looks really bad. What is the benefit of your unarmed strikes do not provoke attacks of opportunity? No fucking attack provokes an attack of opportunity, right? Well, Expeditious Retreat is literally the only thing I can take remaining. Unarmed provokes attacks of opportunity? Weird. Okay.
A trivial task.
Okay. What are we calling this person? Purist. Everyone wants me to multi-class it. Alright. These are my options. I have a lot of morality options here. Which character is this again? The Vivisectionist. Let's be lawful neutral. No, let's be chaotic neutral.
You should have run.
Yes. Wait. Oh, we have mutant dexterity. Huh. Okay. Seems good. Complete. All right. 2 of 4 done. Oh, no. 2 of 6. But we don't have enough money for 6, probably. Okay. Gear before you make the last character. All right, so we'll do one more, then we'll check gear. All right, who's next, chat? So we've got a Vivisectionist. We need a tank. All right, let's try this like attack of opportunity reach tank thingy with giant enlarging or whatever. Sounds like a dwarf. Look at this man. He probably has huge reach. Now they don't have it for scale, but these are not foothills. These are actually ant hills behind them. Visitor has reach. Sure. Slayer? Okay, Slayer's a class I don't know, so sure. What do I want to do with the Slayer? Like a Slayer. Right. Yeah, heavy armor would be nice. I like the barbarian. The idea of the armored Hulk barbarian seems really fun. What else? We need 4 though. And barbarians do. I have played barbarians, not often, but I've played them. I don't know what a magus is here. I don't know what a slayer is. Can we build a slayer tank? Are there slayer tanks? You're small and you get enlarged, you don't get reach. Why not? There are slayer tanks. All right, do a slayer tank. So what's a slayer tank look like? These descriptions. Quick to react to danger. A vanguard is a valuable scout. Okay, so now you're a scout. Capable officer, not a scout. And skilled tactician, so officer. Okay. Generations of warriors hold the line against impossible odds. What do Slayers do? What's a basic Slayer do? Light, medium, and shield, so no heavy armor again. Slayer can study an opponent he sees as a move action, gains +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls against it. Your Slayer class abilities increases by 1. Slayer deals sneak attack damage to a target he studies. Okay, it's another sneak attack class. Rogue talents as Slayer talents. Don't we already have this? Isn't this our Viva Sectionist already? Or just all classes rogues in this game? What has changed on these? Oh, there's more shit down here. Fucking alright. These are like way later. This is early. Teamwork feat is a bonus feat. Alright, chat. What do I want to do? What version of Slayer? Deliverer is best. I'm not really looking for best. I want a tank. Menacing tree line. God, is this more plant magic? I don't know what this menacing tree shit is. Menacing is my combat style. Sure. Alright, what deity do we want? Do any of my deities believe in armor? Or are they all just about stabbing people? Deities really hate people being alive. Hit him with your quarterstaff. Hit him with your fists. Hit him with your short swords. Okay. Asmodeus. He believes in maces. Orum believes in armor. Nope, believes in great swords. right, chat. I put myself in your hands for this one. Your hands seem a little rough. So if you guys could be a little bit more gentle and baby me through this, that'd be good, because we're trying to create this Slayer so I can see it play and see if the game's any fun. I'm currently stuck on what the fuck is a Slayer and how would I build one. So if I want a tank Slayer, what do I need to choose here? A Rory. Okay, we've gained favored weapon, unarmed strike. Need to choose another class. I don't understand why I would choose this class. Why do I want unarmed strike on this, chat? Why? The DZ icon. Feat requirements. Ah. All right. What stat points do we want in this? Like, I lost all interest in creating this particular character, chat. So if we want to play this one, which I think we should figure out what the fuck it does, walk me through this. DexCon, okay. Are we doing strength? DexCon, wisdom, strength? Okay. You want me to throw in charisma in there just for funsies? Cup of coffee made me aggressive. What if I want to Death's Door tank? Slayers usually use the archer. You want cranky filthy? I don't. I'm just vetoing this build. Whatever this build is not. It's not enough explanation to make it meaningful to me, so I'm just not gonna fucking do it. Doesn't make any sense why I would do any of these things. Why do I want a rogue tank when I already have 2 medium armor guys in there? This is what I can only assume is mostly luck to kill things with. Okay. Right. I'm not doing that, whatever that was. Alright, let's get a Sorcerer. Sorcerer and then a tank. Maybe, what do I want for a tank here? I want to try this Armored Hulk Barbarian. So that's what we're going. Gives me heavy armor. This is the DR shit that doesn't work, but I want to see it anyways. Fine. What else wears heavy armor? Okay. Alright, presumably barbarians can be strength based. I swear to god, if everything has to be dex based in this game too, I'm going to be very salty. A strength based heavy armor wearing unit, right? Yeah. What do we want race wise for that? Halfling seems incredible. Just kidding. Dwarf seems like a dwarf, right? Strength and con base. Think fucking go. Afford. Sure. Okay. All right. What do we do for stats? He also looked very fun. Are we a dwarf right now? I think we are, right? No, we took half. Sunbrace that gives strength. Look what they have. Strength, charisma, intelligence, charisma, charisma, con wisdom, dex, charisma. No, there's not a fucking strength base. Strength, charisma. Like, I'm not. The barbarian should never be the talky one. I mean, I guess. You'd be an ass. I want dwarf. Hey, good talk. What do dwarfs get? Con wisdom. XYZ bad, best or worst subclass, not useful. God. I want a strength-based fucking character. I guess maybe I can't be. Dwarves aren't strength-based since when? Maybe they've never been strength-based. I remember dwarves being strength-based at some point. There's subclasses or sub-races to dwarves? They're not, huh? Half-orc, half-elf. Yeah, we're doing half-orc because I'm tired of building humans. Okay. Taking a strength racial bonus. What do I need? Con strength for this only? Can I dump Dex entirely as a frontline tank? Con strength wisdom? $14 Dex is enough, or 14 Con is enough for a barbarian frontliner? Really? Con from raging. Heavy armor allows me +1 from Dex. Okay. How the fuck am I gonna fit that in? Down here, you think? Could leave this at 18. Alright, we have 1,000,000 skill points left here, so I could do this. I don't know what else fuck we need in here. Wisdom, I guess. Dex more? Yeah, if this were a 5e stream, I would just tell you why you were wrong in all your ways, chat. The problem is it's not. So I have to believe that maybe there are some universes in which you guys are right. Alright. This is chat's build. Don't ever listen to chat. Well, this is the point of doing this, so eventually I just stop listening to chat again. Alright. What are we doing? We get 1 feat. And we are wanting to power attack. Chat is power attack. That's so fucking bad. All right.
All according to plan.
Come.
What a find.
All right. Done. One last character. All right. And where do we find the last? We're looking at inventory. All items. We have 2 ever-burning torches. Awesome. I don't know where to get items from, and I don't know where my... Where's my gold in my inventory here?
You have returned.
There, it looks like. Thank you, Ashen, for the 35 months. Welcome back. Okay. Do you have a wizard click? No, that's the last thing we want to do is a wizard. Probably a sorcerer, honestly, because I want to see spell casting. Alright, so we have 1 more to go. Guy looks like a spellcaster. Use him. Okay. What class do we wish? Wizard, Sorcerer. I kind of just need to use some spells. Druid, I guess, would be okay. Why is there not a Warlock in this? Alright, let's go Sorcerer. Dude, the Sorcerer subclasses look so boring, though. No, I want to go this guy. I want to go Thessalion Specialist. Sorcerer's a better wizard. Imagine describing one class as a better other class. I like that. Chat says Sorcerer is a better wizard. Then the next line in chat is Sorcerer is just a worse wizard. Alright, I can't take, this is the one I'm interested in, but I can't actually take that because what I actually need to see is spell selection. I think we just do generic Sorcerer here. Alright. What do we need for stats on a Sorcerer, I guess? Okay, you guys are gonna have to show me where I see the spellcasting stat again. Demons spread their seed into our heritage. Augmented Summoning, Bullrush, Cleave. Combat Casting, Iron Will. Sorcerer, Charisma. What I want for a bloodline here, chat. There's too many to read through. White, red dragon, arcane, or fire. Arcane. My relatives were wizards. We realized we were just strictly better than them. Combat casting, improved initiative, iron will, reach spell, skill focus, knowledge arcana, spell focus, greater spell focus, spell pen. Okay. Sure, let's try bloodline. Try arcane bloodline. Awesome. Now, what do we want to do? What race did we pick again? Half orc spellcaster? I think so. Alright, we gotta be elf for a spellcaster, right? I read this ability and I'm like, what the fuck? Seems really good. Now, I don't know what spell resistance is, so maybe it's not really good. I thought this was +2 to overcome DC. Is this not +2 to overcome DC, or is this something different? Elf is int. You're an int. Not. Okay. Well, then I could do something else then. On Charisma Gnome. They hate reptilians. Oh. Spell resistance is something some characters have that let them resist spells. Oh. Yeah. Alright. This is how he sees himself, chat. What else do I need besides charisma? Dex. A little bit of con. You guys don't like wisdom as a dump stat, so. Let's bring strength to 5. 5 is the best number for strength. Dex and charisma are important. I have no idea. Okay. Alright, I want to play the fucking game at this point. I like character creation, but I'm not, at the moment I'm doing nothing. Like, I'm not learning anything from this. We need to move this forward a little bit. Alright, we'd like to know about Arcana. Love to learn about magic devices. Oh wait, aren't I int based? No, not int based. Need a little bit more int for this. I get one more of these things. All right. Oh, I have 2 ability points left and they won't let me move on. Get over it. Get over it. You can take 2 more con for 2 points. Huh. All right. What do we want? We get 85,000 things to pick here. Bloodline class skill selection first. Knowledge about the world. Lore of nature. Lore of religion. Alright. An arcane bond. Centipede familiar. Seems perfect. What does it do for us? Will saves and perception checks. Equation perception. Athletics perception. Fortitude perception. Reflex saves perception. Mobility perception. AC perception. That sounds nice. Athletic perception. Initiative perception seems quite good. Viper for initiative? No, that's persuasion and perception. Hair is initiative. Knowledge perception. Lore perception. HP perception. Will saves. Stealth. Alright. Hair familiar. Done. Arcane bond. A bonded object be used once per day to restore any one spell the wizard prepared. I want to try the familiars to see how they play. Alright. Sorcerer bonus feat. I don't know what a concentration check does yet. Power spell. Spell penetration. Metamagic reach. Quick game. What is metamagic reach? Okay, let's go for the even alter a spell within range of touch, close or medium to increase its range by 1 range category. That seems reasonable. Viper doesn't have initiative, chat. Why do you guys keep saying initiative on that? And persuasion. Spell focus conjuration for landing my disables. Conjuration summoning, right? Maybe not. An enchantment? Yeah. And the final one they want us to take, we can greater spell focus. Ooh. We greater spell focus conjuration, nothing. Alright, let's go choose spell. We can come back, that's fine. So look at spells. Alright, we get 2 spells as a sorcerer. With 18 charisma. Are we sure we only get 2 spells? Why do I have so little fucking spells right now, chat? Because you're a Sork, because you're level 1, pick Grease. Alright, let's read all the abilities to troll chat. Burning hands. This seems great, chat. Look, it has fire. It comes out of our hands. That's amazing. We could fear them. No one wants to be scared. We could cover them in colors. As long as we're using nipple pasties, we're fine. Okay. Corrosive touch. Large person. Expeditious retreat. Flare burst. Creature's dazzled. I don't know what dazzled does. Doesn't tell me. No hotkey. Okay. You guys are really big on grease. You wish to be lubed up and then painted. Hurricane bow. Athleticism. Roll 2d4 to see how many total hit dice. That seems. We want armor. Fuck armor. Protection from alignment. Knowing a spell is superior to preparing. Okay. I don't know. Is this a what is Grease? Is Grease a conjuration spell? Like it is a conjuration spell. All right. What other conjuration spells are there? Evocation, transmutation, necromancy, abjuration. Conjuration snowball. What other conjurations? Summon monster. I don't think we're summoning here. Dude, we gotta relax with the dog killing in this game. Nobody's gonna be really angry. All these sound bad. CC Sork. Enlarge for the barb. Don't we have enlarge on the Druid or the Viva sectionist already? Snowball is a nice damage status effect. All right, we're doing snowball. We have conjuration. What is the status effect it does? Staggered. Don't know what that does yet. Okay. Chat, we've done it. We've accomplished character creation for today.
I'm always
enemy near.
Okay. We will be LN. No, wait. We can be any of these. We will be neutral evil. Our name will be Snowball.
My skills exceed yours.
Excellent. Done. Done. How long did it take, lol? Oh my god, this is so short for 4 characters. Alright, let's go see what the game's like. Accept Snowball as your Lord and Savior. Done. Okay. Alright. How much money do we have left? We have $411 left. What is this? This is a shared stash. No, it's not. It's goods. Where's the guy who wants to sell us shit? Scammy McScammerson over here. Never know. How do I select that? Okay, let's build our formation. Like a custom formation. We want Snowball in the back. We want... Forgotten what my other characters are, what they're called, and what they do. That's our tank, right? Probably want them up front. These two can be floating around over here. Okay. Right side bottom. Great. Oh, I select the whole team. No, not turn-based mode. Honest guy. There he is. Let's do. Talk to dragon. No. Talk to merchant. Let's look at your wares. Alright. Get a +1 weapon if we had 12,600. Okay. Can we sort by price? Yes. No. Ascending. Alright, what do we need? We probably need some heavy armor, right? So medium armor. Diva sectionist. Light armor? Heavy armor. Naked time. Alright, what can we use as our orc over here? Oh, we didn't get a dwarf. This is orc? Old picture. I see, yeah, half orc. We got something from that. Possibly ability to use a weapon. Got orc weapon familiarity. Great axes and falchion. Where the fuck that is. We want a weapon. Price in ascending. We only have 411 gold. These are expensive as fuck, man. We don't have heavy armor. We might have to buy heavy armor. Guys in medium, light, medium. Naked as the day they were born. Alright, so we might have to buy armor. What is heavy armor called? Light tower, medium, light, medium, medium, heavy. Banded armor, 250. Fucking right. Done. Deal. Alright, now we need a weapon. Falcata. Is this is a Falchion different than a Falcata? Want this. How do we get this? What does our stuff sell for? You sell your soul worth anything. It'd be worth very much. 12. Okay. What do we need? 400. What are we at? I don't have like background money or anything. Where do I actually see my cash here, chat? Seems like it would be important on the screen. 173. What do we need? We're no way close. We're not going to get that. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get a weapon. Okay. So we'll just go into this dungeon, find by this dragon with half a piece of armor and no weapon. Seems solid. Alright, half orc can wear this. Got this great... Can I even use shields? Do barbarians get shield proficiency? Do? Yeah. Alright, let's go get combat going and see if we enjoy this at all. This is the moment of truth, chat. These are chat builds crafted by the greatest minds that chat has to offer. Looking forward to seeing what they do. How do I start this up? Save first. Northeast corner is where I go? Okay. Check spells. Why? Can't cast spells, easily solved. Grease and Snowball. How do I know what spells? Ocean prepare. I don't know what this means. Available spells, spontaneous casting. Classes have spell slots. Is that what these are? I have to prepare spells here. And yeah, the spells are called potions. Ah, of course they are. Alright, so we have 6 that we could choose from, but we can't actually use 6. Alright. Alright. Rest to restore spells. Be a dinner table I can rest at, right? Alright, time passed 8 hours and 0 minutes.